Most traders review losses emotionally. What I'm going to be showing you is how professionals break down bad trades structurally and how a single losing trade can become the foundation for future edge. On a professional trading floor like here at Axia, Cyprus, especially for the grads, the debrief process is one of the most important parts of trader development. Now, reviewing your trades, reviewing your days, your weeks, your months, and your quarters are so important for a developing trader. And being the head of grads here in Cyprus, especially, and making sure that they have the best foundations to grow into their future careers, it's very important to get these foundations absolutely solid from the beginning. Now, most traders either avoid reviewing altogether at first, or others beat themselves up emotionally. Frustration basically disguised as analysis. I've seen lots of things on reviews and debriefs, things like need more discipline, need more patience, and a lot of hindsight bias within it. They basically have an obsession on the outcome, sometimes looking for blame rather than understanding actually what they did. And these emotional reviews rarely create improvement. Now, don't get me wrong, of course, there's always going to be some kind of emotional attachment, but that hindsight bias is so important to be able to look deep into actually the mechanics of truly your execution, your preparation for the trade, clicking the button at the right time, making sure that you're taking all your screenshots, being able to see everything after the fact and say, where are the little improvements you can take to improve on? Something that I say to the grads here is that a bad trade is only truly wasted if nothing changes afterwards. Every loss that they may take, and actually every win as well, contains information. The end goal for these reviews, for these debriefs, is basically extracting something useful, even if it's just one or two things, even if it's something that you can't truly see maybe until a month later after you've had more feedback. That development basically comes from understanding what actually happened through the trade, not from punishing yourself. So when I am looking at all of the grads reviews, the debriefs, and of course the junior traders, I like to give them extra help while they're doing these debriefs, while they're doing these reviews. And some of the things that I like to kind of tell them is basically separate your emotion, of course, straight away from the analysis. You've got to start with the facts. What was the idea of the trade? What information existed at the time that you were taking the trade? What were you seeing while you're in the trade once you had actually clicked into the market? What happened? And more importantly, after all of that, is was your process followed? Was your sizing appropriate? Was the idea valid? And of course, was your execution aligned? Now, those four things especially are so important for the after the fact of the trade, once you've closed them. Because again, your process is the most important thing here when you're trading. If you have a prep, if you have a plan, you enter a trade, and then you start to try and wing it, the reality is you haven't earned enough trading miles to be able to try and wing through the trade. Especially when the guys are on sim and they're trying to prove and trying to improve their processes. Following the plan, even if the plan doesn't get executed the way you wanted it to, you followed your plan. You can leave the trading floor at the end of the day with your head held high, knowing you did what you set out to do. Now, if the result wasn't a good result for that particular trade, the more reps that you get of that, the more you can improve on that trade, and the more data that you have on that particular execution or the planning or the process or whatever it is with that trade. If you try to wing it while you're trading and, oh, let me just move my stop a little bit more. Let me move it a little bit more. Oh, it might just turn around. Those are all emotional type of trading that you're basically at that point just chasing P&L. You're just chasing almost the dopamine of the markets, which is the last thing you want to be doing. And also something that can be sometimes counterintuitive that I like to tell traders at times is good process can actually lose and bad process can win. What do I mean by that? Well, I've seen traders come into reviews convinced that they've traded absolutely terribly, abysmally, only to discover actually the process was actually good. They followed their plan, they followed their execution. They just didn't get a good result. The market just didn't cooperate with them. And to the flip side, equally, I've seen traders celebrate profitable trades that were based on actually just poor decisions. Seeing the candle blip off the page and entering and actually making a lot of money from that isn't enough to be able to build onto your trading. So a good template for what you can be doing when you're starting your reviews, and your reviews over time, as you do them more and more and more, will always evolve further and further. But a good starting point would be things like, what was the original idea? What supported the trade? What contradicted the trade? And of course, what invalidated the trade. So those are some good 4 starting points. After that, you can look at, was your sizing appropriate? Did any emotion affect any execution, whether it be entering or exiting? What would the ideal execution have looked like if you followed your prep? And what changes will you make the next time round when you see this particular setup come about, or whether it be a news trade or whatever the trade may be? It's very important to understand why these questions matter. The better your questions can be when you're looking within yourself and within your trading, the better the learning. Questions uncover basically blind spots. They can uncover assumptions, and they can reveal patterns. Again, far too many times I've seen some traders give me reviews and debriefs, and they're almost putting things underneath the carpet, kind of ignoring some of the real deep questions that they need to learn from there, because again, they're too emotionally charged. So the quality of your questions and the quality of your review thus will improve your trading the following day. So it's important to note that one review, let's take a data point, for instance, you trade the NFP and you've only got one review on that trade. That review will have some weight to it, but it will mean quite little compared to 20 reviews of NFPs later on, because those 20 will reveal patterns for you. Of course, equally 50 reviews will reveal habits, and so on and so forth. The important thing here is to understand the behavioral tendencies with this particular trade. A good tip that I give the guys, especially if they're using programs like Notion, which a lot of the guys here are doing in Cyprus, you can actually tag your reviews. So for example, if you're reviewing your end of day and within that day there was an NFP, you tag NFP. So when it is the next NFP, you can type in, give me all of the NFPs that I've traded, and then that whole list will come up of all of the days that you traded NFP. Other points that, of course, these reviews, especially through your mistakes or through your market navigation and your debriefs and the power of the debriefs can give you, are noticing those patterns like repeated mistake or like market condition weaknesses. We could be, for example, in an environment where data is really, really thriving at the moment, and then suddenly it goes flat. You need to be able to witness and see those weaknesses very early on. Also, things like emotional triggers or your decision-making weaknesses. It's all about building basically self-awareness. Now, a lot of this can also come to you. You may be watching this and thinking, well, yeah, this all makes sense. I do this, but you'll be surprised to see how superficial sometimes the reviews can be, because sometimes we are humans after all, and we want to just highlight the things that we feel are going to make us better. But really, again, going back to that earlier section I was talking about, you've got to really dig deep down into those questions for your self-improvement. Going on to our senior traders, our live traders, and of course our elite, these professionals, they're not just collecting P&L. Every trade they make, every day they close, every week, every month, quarter, they're collecting information. Just like the collector from the Traders of Our Time and his name. He was all about collecting information, and that information is priceless and gold. For example, one of our traders here on the grad floor in Axia Cyprus, he's navigating now, he's trying to navigate other edge domains that he doesn't particularly feel comfortable with, because he's been very, very comfortable in a particular domain. And I've told him I need to start seeing him branch out. And instead of trying to look around and figure out where he can start, I said to him, go and collect information from all the traders this week. Where were your best opportunities? Where were your best opportunities? What do you think was the best opportunity this week? The more of this information you can collect, you can then put that into your own debrief, your own review of the week, and then you can expand on that for the following week. Now, for the traders who are trading things like news, where you get that sudden impact of volatility, some of the guys that I'm reviewing their debriefs is asking them the questions like, why did you hesitate? Or why were you so aggressive? And why did I ignore the information? Because especially when you're trading something like news, that information is so crucial to be able to decipher as quick as you can and enter. Also things like, why did you lose conviction? Or why did you struggle now in this news environment? These are all high level questions. Also, the flip side as well, why did I perform well in this condition? And for all of those that are on our Axia Discord, or the career program, blueprint program, because you've all got access to the Discord, you'll find I'm asking these kind of questions to everybody there. Okay, this is the main narrative. We're seeing lots of prep works from our floors in Croatia, in Cyprus, in London, in Greece. But how about if we were to take that theme away? Where else would you be looking to perform? Now, what's also so crucial for all of you junior grad traders out there that are trading on sim, or you're trying to go live, or you're trying to improve all of your processes, not only are these debriefs and these reviews so important, but the further extended cognition to that. You know that I say that phrase quite a lot. Something that we're very, very big on here in all of our offices at Axia is that social learning, hearing different viewpoints, being able to challenge each other's assumptions. discovering those blind spots. All these collaborative reviews, for example, when we hold workshops and the grads are doing their workshops and they're discussing their particular review of a particular trade or their processes for a particular week, it provides them with more accountability, shortening that learning cycle, which is so important. So again, if you are on our Discord and you're doing a review in Debrief, post it up on there. Allow others to be able to see your particular review, your particular debrief. Allow others to challenge your assumptions, because again, those are all the finer tweaks that you can make to improve your processes going forward. Of course, I'm there and most of our team is there on Discord, and we can also review these as well with you. The point is again, it's that extended cognition, that cross collaboration of minds that will help us all develop as a whole. Something that I see also on our live trading floor. After a particular event has happened or after a particular news headline has hit, and once things start to quieten down, I'll hear the conversations between all the live traders. How did you see that? How did you hit it? What market did you hit? And they're not just asking these questions for just convenience and conversation. They're trying to get a broader picture of how everybody's been doing, how everybody view that. And of course, also while the trade's actually happening in the moment as well. One of the biggest and greatest benefits of doing these kind of practices and being around other developing traders, whether it be online or on a floor just like this, isn't getting trade ideas. It's learning how other people think. So to summarize, the goal of a professional level debrief isn't about self-criticism. It's extracting useful information so the same mistake becomes less likely in the future, because you will make the same mistakes again. But you want to develop those patterns. You want to be able to develop that foundation that you can get stronger each and every single time. And over time, that process of structured review is what slowly builds consistency.